I will divide this topic into three parts. First, prerequisites. Second, what to learn. Third, how to learn and keep yourself up to date. The first thing you should know about AI is that it is not just simple programming with some if-else conditions and loops. It involves a lot of math. So, to understand AI, you should have some basic knowledge of calculus and linear algebra. Here, I am not saying that at the start you should have a deep understanding of derivatives and integral equations, but at least some intuitive understanding of calculus, like derivatives. The same goes for linear algebra. With these simple things, you can start learning. You can go through these two courses on both topics for some intuitive understanding. The main goal is to get an intuitive understanding because it will help you understand AI better. After this, to start learning AI, you just need to learn simple Python with NumPy for coding algorithms. It will take just 1 or 2 days if you already know how to code. You don't need detailed knowledge of Python to start. Just go for one crash course on Python to understand its syntax, including the use of NumPy. You will gain expertise with time when you code. Now comes the main part. To start machine learning, I will not suggest you go to any specific website or course. First, you need all the topics in sequence, and for this, go to any university course outline or any YouTube playlist. Here are topics that I shortlisted for you. Now, how to learn. For this, take each topic one by one and go to YouTube or some website and learn that specific topic from different sources. This way, you get a good understanding of that algorithm or topic. Your next task is to implement them using simple NumPy. If you can implement a machine learning algorithm in NumPy, that means you have a good understanding of that algorithm. Remember, everyone can implement a machine learning algorithm using a machine learning library, but you should know how to implement those algorithms with simple NumPy. After learning these algorithms, you need to understand neural networks. For this, go to YouTube, and you will find some really good videos on this topic, but your goal is to implement a complete neural network from simple NumPy and train it on the MNIST dataset. If you can train a neural network to classify the MNIST dataset with simple Python, that means you can now go for advanced topics. Now you are ready to dive deep into deep learning. You need to learn convolutional neural networks, and here are topics that will help you understand them better. After this, you have to build a neural network on either PyTorch or TensorFlow, Keras, for simple classification and try to improve its accuracy on some dataset. Google issues like overfitting and underfitting, which you studied in machine learning courses, and try to apply those concepts to a simple image classification task. Now you need to study a few research papers like AlexNet, VGG16, and ResNet. You can further go for the YOLO paper and develop an understanding of concepts like autoencoders and GANs, along with object detection and segmentation. My suggestion would be to first explore the natural language processing, NLP, side. For this, you need to understand RNNs and LSTMs. I feel like there is no good video on the internet about LSTM, so I am working on one video on this topic. Now, train some simple LSTM or RNN models in NLP. Finally, you are ready to understand how transformer architecture works and its implementation in models like BERT and GPT. Also, understand its implications in the computer vision field, like vision transformers. You need to get some understanding of diffusion models. In all this process, you need to study research papers on GANs, diffusion models, RNNs, LSTMs, and transformers. Now you have some basic understanding of overall deep learning, how it works, how ChatGPT works, and how AI generates images and videos. You can further study many different topics, from explainable AI to reinforcement learning. You might be thinking if I skipped some topics or not. Yes, I skipped a lot of topics, but this is because it is just a path, and along this path, you will learn a lot of stuff which I believe I do not need to mention. After learning everything in this video, you can call yourself a junior AI engineer. Now, at this stage, obviously, you know that you can pick any subfield of AI and grow your career. I want to mention something at the end. Usually people go for one specific course and try to learn everything from that course, but I believe, even with the best teacher, this is not a good approach. You should go for different videos on YouTube or some websites for learning each topic. Usually, when I study, I go for multiple sources and learn some portions from each source to build my understanding. Also, some people asked me about a good book to study deep learning in detail, but I would suggest that if you have learned all the things which I explained, you do not need any books now. As I said, if you also studied the research papers which I mentioned, then now you need to update your knowledge from the latest research papers instead of books and try to implement different GitHub codes. Try to publish some research papers on topics you like and go for some real-world projects. As I told you, you are now